Hey guys, I'm going to be taking you through a dynamic warm-up or recovery day routine specifically to target our deep core stabilizers and our hips. A lot of people have trouble when it comes to what do I do for my warm-up. We see a lot of those isometric holds, which ideally, if you didn't know, if you're just doing a static stretch, that should be done at the end of your workouts rather than beforehand. We want beforehand to be a little bit more dynamic. But you can do this as a lower body warm up. You can kind of integrate it within your sets during rest periods. That's always smart, and that I recommend to some of my clients who are kind of on a time crunch. And then also if you just have a separate day that maybe you're just doing some lower intensity cardio, you can throw these guys in for 5 to 10 minutes. So let's get to it. So the first thing that we're gonna do, I have these bands from Amazon. I can add the link in the description for you guys, but we're gonna start out with a banded bird dog. So a lot of these will be cross connect exercises, meaning whatever side we're doing on the lower body, we're gonna be doing the opposite on the upper body. And so for this example, I have the band wrapped around my right foot and then I'm holding on with my left hand. And so from here, we're gonna try to stabilize. We don't wanna be shifting our hips like crazy while we're doing this. We wanna stay fairly parallel with the floor. So we're going to kick back and push forward, squeeze that butt, and then nice and controlled, bring it back down. Push, nice and controlled, bring it back down. If you feel like your band is too light or you don't want it to get kind of loose at the end of your rep, you can just grab it, choke on to it a little bit lower, and then perform the same exercise. For this one, I see a lot of people when they're doing their kickback, they want to dip their toes out because they're just constantly stuck in external rotation. A lot of people have trouble with internal rotation. So while you're doing this, think that your heel and your foot is completely perpendicular with the floor. You want it to be a perfect 90-degree angle rather than twisting out. 2 rounds, about 10 reps per side for that one. Next, we got a yoga block. We're gonna place the yoga block in between our knees, and we're going to go into a constant adductor squeeze. So you're squeezing the yoga block with your hips. And then we're gonna go up into a beast position or a bear crawl hold position. So you're gonna push through your toes in your hands and lift your knees off of the floor. We're keeping that, maintaining that squeeze of the yoga block here. And then the first variation of difficulty here, we're just gonna do a shoulder tap. So we're trying to maintain that squeeze. Don't let your hips shift back and forth. If that feels easy for you, maintain that squeeze. We're gonna reach up overhead and alternate. Say 2 rounds, about 30 seconds, maybe 8 to 10 reps per side if you don't want to time yourself. One more when it comes to activation. We're gonna maintain some outward push on the band. We're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades together. We wanna constantly activate those scapulas and those scapular stabilizers. And then from here, we're gonna alternate, kick back and reset. Really focus on squeezing your glutes, having the motion come from your butt and not arching through your low back. The second you feel it in your low back, you know you're not doing something right, we gotta reassess. Make sure you're constantly activating the upper body as well. This is a full body motion. And make sure that we're breathing. 2 rounds, 8 to 10 reps per side. And then finally, I just want to show you a really good mobility exercise that you can do that's more dynamic than just sitting and holding a pigeon pose. So if you don't have a yoga block, you can just do this on the ground. But we're gonna go into a figure 4. I like putting myself up on here, especially my left hip, because this is my least mobile side. So it feels very sticky, very stuck, and I have a lot more range on the right. So this is just a little bit more comfortable for me. From here, biggest mistake that I see with people doing the pigeon is they're trying to force themselves to the floor rather than focusing on what we're actually intending to stretch. So I want you to keep your chest nice and proud. Your back's going to be straight. And just like when we're doing a deadlift or an RDL, we're hinging at the hip. We're not reaching with your chest or your shoulders. That's not the point of this exercise. So we're hinging at the hip. You stop when you're like, damn, I really feel a stretch on the side of my hip there. And then I have my left leg forward. I'm going to take my right arm. We're going to try to maintain that hip hinge and then add in some spinal rotation. Back and forth. Keep that back straight, chest proud. I would say do at least 12 per side. You can do more just based on how tight you're feeling. And then if you keep working into that, you're actually consistent with it. We're performing these 2 to 3 days per week. Eventually you're gonna see yourself not needing to use the block anymore. And you can get yourself into different ranges. But that's just a few examples of some activation exercise or recovery day exercises that you can be doing, especially if you have a hard time feeling exercises in your glutes or you feel really restricted in your hips. So let me know how it goes if you try these out, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week.